Hey, Jenny.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for doing this with us
Yeah,
today.
not a problem.
So tell us a little bit about your role and what you do at Decker.
So I'm in charge of our brokerage operations, which right now consists of about 20 brokers. We're in 3 different states, so we've kind of got a little bit of everything going on. Most of our focus is reefer, van, and a little bit of flatbed. So we're growing really strong right now, so we're always looking at new technology and ways to make our brokers' lives easier.
So tell us a little bit about the problems that you had and why you started working with Relay Payments.
Yeah, so a lot of our freight was heavy lumper, and just the nature of the business, we're making deliveries midnight, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and at the time we didn't have a really solid night staff to do that. We were set up with the normal ComCheck type thing, but that really required someone to answer the phone, generate the code, and pass it on to the driver. So what we were really running into was kind of a work-life balance for our people, where they'd be up all night or up early in the morning or sleeping through phone calls, and then drivers weren't getting lumpers, they weren't getting unloaded, and all the things that kind of came through that. So we were really looking for something to solve that problem more than anything.
When the drivers were waiting for those phone calls and for those payment authorizations, how long do you think it took for them while they were on the dock?
Sometimes they would just go ahead and pay it themselves, but other times it might be, okay, I got your message, I got to log in, I got to get you a number, then I get to get you the number, and you can't miss any of the 16 digits that are in that code.
Right.
So it took a little while, and sometimes they would wait if they didn't hear from somebody and then miss their appointment, have to reschedule, and then we'd deal with that fallout as well.
Wow. And then on the receipt side, once the driver received the receipt, how would they get that back to you before Relay, and did they ever lose the receipt?
All the time. And not only would we get missing receipts, but we would get ones that we couldn't read. Or they would take a picture and it'd be dark cab.
Some coffee stains.
Yeah, and when you scan it in, it's just not legible. The picture looks decent, but when we scan it into our system to where we're then automatically pushing it to our customer, it wasn't legible. So, and if we weren't getting it, we have customers that have a time limit. Say we can't, they're not going to reimburse after 30 days or 60 days, and we were running into some of those. Or they just simply lost it and couldn't find it. So,
would you short pay the driver, or would you all just eat that as a company?
It kind of depends on the situation. A lot of times my broker would then try to get a hold of the lumper and get a receipt so that we could reimburse them, because it's not really the driver's responsibility, but that roadblock is there for them on a lot of our loads.
Got it. So tell me a little bit about why you chose, you just told me why you chose Relay. Tell me about how Relay has solved some of the problems that you just articulated.
Yeah, number one, it's that time factor. So, we can generate a relay code at any point during the order process. For us, it now is automatic when we enter the load. So it's already there, it's already valid for a set amount of money, it's good for 30 days. So if we're entering multiple loads, they just come in automatically, and then it's on the rate confirmation, it's in a lot of our communication, even through our tracking platform. They can look it up and see, okay, here's my code for delivery. So
how does that help the driver?
Well, they're not having to really mess with receipts. They already know that they have a code that's going to work when they get there, so it's not. And a lot of times what we'd see too is we'd get the dispatcher in the middle too. So you have the dispatcher and you have the driver. Sometimes they're not communicating, so we have several ways for everybody to get the number right up front, and they're not having to sit there and wait and wonder, is somebody going to pay this lumper for me? Because we have some that are $1,100.
Sure.
Which is crazy. And
Yeah,
they don't want to come out of their pocket.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, so operations, are they still having to wait for phone calls, or are you all automated that process too?
No, it's fairly automated. Every once in a while we'll get, my dispatcher didn't give me that, but it's
Sure.
pretty easy through the apps that we have. So yeah, they're not waiting at all on the docks anymore.
That's awesome.
And they're amazed. The first few months that, we had some guys that were like, I'm not sure if this is going to work, and then they try it once and they were hooked.
Wow.
And they're like, this is amazing. I didn't have to wait at all.
And then on the receipt side, are you all able to get reimbursed 100% of the time now?
Yeah, so we get the receipt as soon as the lumper cashes it. It comes into our payables email. They scan it, and it's off to the races. So we have no issues with receipts.
That's great. So tell me a little bit about the technical integration with McLeod and how that has helped with the process that you just went through.
Yeah, so it was really important for us to, even before we were integrated, we were manually entering codes, so we had to set up all of our location codes, who's relay, who's not, and then you guys were adding companies so fast that it was kind of a continual process, and they were just getting missed because the guys and gals would be, it's easier just to go click that button for a wire code. So once we got that integrated, it's been truly seamless. I mean, and working with the integration team, we told them where we wanted it in the order because we wanted it in a certain place on the rate confirmation. So, all the suggestions that we had or, speed bumps that we ran into were smoothed out right away.
That's great. So there's one system and everything's
Right.
run out of McLeod.
Yep.
Wow, that's
Yes.
great.
Yep. They don't have to ever go into the website. They can if they want to. I mean, I'll go check every once in a while. But,
Sure.
for the end user, the broker, that's day to day. They're not leaving McLeod. It's all coming right there.
Well, Jenny, we really appreciate you being a customer of
thank
Relay
you.
and helping to support you in your business. And of course, we're here for anything else and any other payment-related issues you
Absolutely.
may have.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you guys have been a huge help to our team. They're no more middle of the night phone calls. They love it.
Everyone likes to sleep.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Jenny.
You bet. Thank you.
All right.